What if I told you LeBron James isn't as successful as you think he is?
Huh?
Yeah, he is currently estimated to be worth around 1 billion, which obviously is a whole lot of money. And he is today considered one of the greatest players to have ever played in the NBA. Some people even argue that he is the GOAT. And they might just be right, but here is the thing. Throughout his career, LeBron James has had to live under a shadow. No matter how good he plays, he has been unable to convince a lot of critics, and this has made it difficult for him to establish his own legacy. Even now, James isn't the highest paid player in the NBA. Can you believe that? Well, stick around as I reveal to you an unpopular opinion about the life of LeBron James. Born on December 30th, 1984 in Akron, Ohio, LeBron was raised by his mother, Gloria Marie James, who gave birth to him when she was only 16. His father, Anthony McClelland, was a serial criminal who would later be convicted of arson. Anthony abandoned his family and was absent from his son's life. With his mother unable to tie down a steady job, life was tough for the young mother and her child, as James grew up in the roughest neighborhoods of the city, while his mother struggled to provide for him. So James didn't quite have it easy as a kid. His mother knew that her son needed a more stable family, so she allowed him to go live with a well-known American football coach in Akron, Frank Walker, and his family. Walker saw potential in James and taught him the sport when he was 9 years old.
Hey kid, you're good.
In the 5th grade, James began playing at a local American football team. He, however, switched to basketball as he grew older. Thankfully, he switched. It's hard to imagine James playing football. He probably would not have become as famous as he is today.
What the Sigma?
Bruh. From an early age, it was obvious that James was a rare talent. In 1999, he joined the basketball team of his high school, St. Vincent St. Mary. During his 4-year stay with the team, he led them to 3 Ohio State championships, was twice named Parade Magazine's High School Boys Basketball Player of the Year and Gatorade Player of the Year. His numbers were also incredible. James averaged 18 points per game as a freshman and helped the team win the Division III state title. He even scored 25 points in the championship game. As a high school sophomore, he was selected for the USA Today All-USA First Team, making him the first sophomore in history to be selected for this award. LeBron James was that good. Right before his junior year, 16-year-old LeBron James stood tall on the cover of Slam magazine in 2001. The article labeled him as potentially the best high school basketball player in the United States. That season, James also appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated. You might not understand how massive this is, but that was really crazy. LeBron James was the first high school basketball underclassman to feature on Sports Illustrated. Let that sink in. He was fast becoming famous. As expected, the teenager was attracting far too much media attention, and it began affecting him. Soon, he was taking marijuana as a way of coping with the stress that came from the constant media attention and the pressure to perform in court. Can't blame him, though. His dad wasn't around to help him. Fortunately, his abuse of marijuana didn't affect his career in any way. Meanwhile, not everyone was excited by LeBron's quick rise to fame. When 17-year-old James was featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated, he was dubbed the Chosen One. And this didn't sit too well most critics who felt that he was yet to prove himself on the professional stage.
Unbelievable.
At this time, LeBron was yet to play an NBA game, so it felt as though he was being prematurely anointed a superstar. Others were concerned that shining the spotlight solely on LeBron would overshadow many talented players in the league and would create what they believed were unrealistic expectations for the teenager. They actually did have a point. The kid was young, and putting all that expectations on his seemed a little unfair. LeBron didn't, however, make it any easier for himself. In 2003, at the age of only 18, he skipped college, and he was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers straight out of high school. James was the first player picked in the 2003 NBA draft. He also signed a massive $90 million endorsement deal with Nike before he even got the chance to play a professional game. Think about that for a second. $90 million for an 18-year-old kid. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Well, that too didn't go down well with critics who were of the opinion that James was premature for such a mega deal and that it could put more pressure on his shoulders than he could handle. Fortunately, James has such a broad shoulders, broad enough to handle all the pressure. Personally, I wouldn't know how to act if I was 18 and had just signed a $90 million deal. Well, James proved his critics wrong. His contract with the Cavaliers turned out to be good business for the franchise, and he proved to be a valuable addition to the team. When James joined the Cavaliers, they were a struggling team. They had just finished 8th in the Eastern Conference. In the 2003-2004 season, which was his first, he made history by averaging 20 points per game. Hold on a second. 20 points per game for a rookie is no joke. Let me tell you why. Only the greats like Michael Jordan and Oscar Robertson managed to pull that off, and James became one of the only 3 rookies to do that. He also made history by becoming the first member of the Cavalier franchise to win the NBA Rookie of the Year award. I'm not done yet. He also became the youngest player to be named NBA Rookie of the Year. At only 20 years of age, LeBron was on the rise, and he was proving his doubters wrong. The next season, James upped his game. He averaged an incredible 27.2 points per game. That season, he once again made history by becoming the youngest player to score more than 50 points in one game. So even though his team wasn't particularly convincing, LeBron James continued to deliver incredible performances for the Cavaliers. He was carrying the team on his shoulders. In 2006, James signed a new contract with the Cavaliers. That season, the Cavaliers were pretty strong competitors. They went on to defeat Detroit to win the Eastern Conference, but they lost their championship bid in 4 consecutive games against the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals. The next season, they made it to the semifinals, but they lost to the Boston Celtics. To be fair, at the time, the Cavaliers wasn't really that good a team. LeBron James was carrying the team all by himself. Anyway, James would go on to remain with the Cavaliers until he became a free agent in 2010. In his final season with the Cavaliers, there was a whole lot of rumors about his future. His presence in the Cavaliers had helped transform the team, and a lot of franchises wanted him on their team. But James kept it tight. He wasn't going to reveal his next move. James would say, "I am focused on the team that I am on right now and winning a championship. I don't think about making a change at this point." But when he became a free agent, James stunned everyone by announcing that he would be joining the Miami Heat. Well, Cleveland fans didn't like his decision. They were expecting James to sign a new contract, and many considering his departure to be a betrayal of his hometown. They were so pissed that majority owner Dan Gilbert wrote an open letter and described James's decision as selfish, heartless, and a cowardly betrayal. Angry Cleveland fans even posted videos of them burning his jersey. Also, former NBA players, including the likes Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson, all came out to criticize James. That year, he was listed as one of the most disliked athletes in the United States. James, however, refused to let the criticism bother him so much. To be fair to him, he had given his best to the team, and he was consistently one of the best players in the league, but he was yet to win a title. His fortunes, however, changed with the Miami Heat. In his second season with the Heat, they defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals as he won his first NBA title. LeBron stole the show. In the deciding Game 5, scoring 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 13 assists. Speaking after the game, he told Fox Sports, "I made a difficult decision to leave Cleveland, but I understood what my future was about." He was hungry for the NBA title. He made the move, and it paid off. The next season, the Miami Heat defended their NBA title. This time, they defeated the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals. In Game 7, James tied the finals record for most points scored in a Game 7 victory. He was also named NBA Finals MVP for the second straight season. Like, you've got to respect the dude. Like, common. But James wasn't done creating history. On January 16, 2013, LeBron James at age of 28 became the youngest player to score 20,000 points. He succeeded the late Kobe Bryant, who accomplished it when he was 29. LeBron also became only the 38th player in NBA history to achieve this feat. At the end of his successful stint with the Miami Heat, LeBron James returned to the Cleveland Cavaliers in July 2014. His second spell with the Cavaliers was far more successful than the first. In the 2015-16 season, he led the team to the NBA title, giving the Cavaliers their first championship in franchise history. That was also his 6th NBA Finals appearance. The local hero had returned, and he had done it in style. I wonder if Dan Gilbert and those who burned his jersey ever did apologize to him. By this time, the name LeBron James was being mentioned in debates regarding who the greatest of all time is. While LeBron James is no doubt among the best players to have ever stepped on a court, many people challenged his status as the greatest of all time. They accused him of team hopping. Critics were saying that he always left teams when things got difficult to join franchises that already stood a good chance of winning. Well, I must agree that they do have a point. Other names in the GOAT conversation were more far loyal to their teams and stayed put even when things got a little tough. For example, Michael Jordan spent his entire 15-year career with the Chicago Bulls, winning 6 championships. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar spent 14 years with the Milwaukee Bucks and 6 years with the Los Angeles Lakers. He won 6 championships. Magic Johnson spent his entire 13-year career with the Los Angeles Lakers and won 5 championships. Bill Russell spent his entire 13-year career with the Boston Celtics. Bill won an unprecedented 11 championships. Tim Duncan spent his entire 19-year career with the San Antonio Spurs and won 5 championships. LeBron James, on the other hand, has already played for 3 teams. He is currently with the Los Angeles Lakers. Some also argue that his defense is not as strong as the other greats, while those who believe LeBron is the greatest argue that his ability to defend all 5 positions makes him the GOAT. Some critics compare his statistics with greats like Michael Jordan and conclude that Jordan was a better player, while some argue in favor of James. In my opinion, the whole controversy goes to show that no matter what LeBron James does, he will never be able to shake off the comparison to other greats. No matter how many declare LeBron the GOAT, a section of fans and critics will always disagree, and they've got the right to disagree. Off the court, LeBron has proven to be quite an inspiring figure. In his own way, he gives back to the society. He is the founder of the LeBron James Family Foundation, LJFF, a foundation that holds an annual bike-a-thon to raise money for various causes. In 2015, LeBron partnered with the University of Akron to provide scholarships for as many as 2,300 children beginning in 2021. He was awarded the J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award from the NBA in 2017 for his outstanding service and dedication to the community. Still in 2017, his foundation partnered with the Akron School Board to build a school to help struggling elementary school students stay in school. LeBron is also an active supporter of various nonprofit organizations, including After School All-Stars, Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and Children's Defense Fund. Well, despite the never-ending debate on who the greatest of all time is, one thing is clear. LeBron James has made his mark in history, and his achievements are undeniable. James might never break out from the shadows of fellow greats, but he can pride himself as one who had a dream and lived his dream. You just gotta respect the dude, man. Like Kamzz, he has proved himself. Let me know who you think the GOAT is in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more. See you in our next video.